Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com. And I probably get this question at least once a day from one of our Straightsmile Solutions clients, and that is, are all those attachments on my Invisalign case really necessary? Can I take some of them off? And I go, whoa, pump the brakes. Let's talk about the why they're there first before you start selectively eliminating them, which I don't necessarily agree with. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel because I literally have so much content already on different types of Invisalign attachments, why we have them, why they're there, why other companies don't have as many, et cetera, which ones are better, for certain situations. So I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. What you need to do is you need to go in and watch all my videos on attachments and trimline, because trimline directly correlates with why behind the attachments. So basically all that is parked in the Invisalign playlist, as well as like 200 other videos. So if you want to watch those, you can just go to my YouTube channel. To get there, go to your YouTube channel, put in the big search bar, Straightsmile Solutions. That'll take you to my YouTube channel, which has a green banner. From there, if you scroll down on that homepage, you're going to see a playlist that just says Invisalign. Lots of content there. Watch it all. It'll take you months and years to watch. Or if you want to search specifically for a keyword like attachments or trim, you can go to that little magnifying glass once you're within my channel. If you do within your channel, you're going to get all random videos, and look up the word like attachments or trim and watch those videos first. Okay. So remember, high level overview. Why does Invisalign have attachments? Well, Invisalign has attachments because they're handles that helps to move teeth. Yes, there is a more than billion dollar direct-to-consumer industry for aligners that has zero attachments. Yes, but those are different types of cases, simpler cases, if you want ideal, as well as they have a much thicker plastic and a much higher trim line, which is a lot less comfortable, a lot less efficient, potentially higher forces, which can, I'm saying potentially because I don't want any of these companies to come after me. There's the research that says it is higher forces. Now, just from my experience dealing with aligners for over 20 years, and I can comfortably say I may have seen more aligner cases than any orthodontist, possibly in the whole US, if not the whole world, and I can confidently say that because I've been doing virtual support for so long and also working for aligner companies. I see so many cases per day that no orthodontist that has a practice could ever see. So my eyes are able to see a case and be like, yeah, this is possible. No, this is not. This is the problem. So what I have never noticed, and you guys, I've never worked for Align Technology. I've never gotten a dime from them. They're not even nice to me. I'd love not to be nice to them, but they really actually have a very good product. And for a while, if you listen to my videos 5, 6, 7 years ago, I have some content up, or blogs. It was more blogs back then. And I certainly was a lot more bearish on Align Technology. But I've become a lot more bullish on them just because now that I really see cases finishing and I can compare and contrast a lot of different variables, it's just a superior product to a lot of other ones out there for a more difficult case. Okay, for an easy case, you're going to get the same outcome as long as you know what you're doing, no matter what. So, but remember, Align Technology is a much softer plastic. It's very comfortable, and I can tell you, I have a daughter who's had both ClearCorrect and Align Technology, and hands down, she's like, I would never do ClearCorrect again. The only thing she liked about ClearCorrect is that we had no attachments on her case. So that was kind of nice. But comfort-wise, for the trim line, just for the ease and and we really slowed down our plan too. So it wasn't about movements. It was really just about the plastic and the trim. She was like, hands down, Align Tech, Invisalign's way more comfortable. Now, like I told you, I've seen tens of thousands of cases, and I've never, ever seen a case of root resorption without trauma or any other strange independent variable from an Invisalign case. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I've never seen one. Yeah, I've seen one where maybe they had braces, but not just only Invisalign. They've never had braces. They've never had trauma. They didn't have traumatic occlusion or anything like that. Never seen it. So have I seen it with ClearCorrect? Yep. So, and many other aligner companies, and I'm not going to name them all because some of them like to come after me when I talk about them. So yeah, that tells you something. So that's why it has handles. Why? Because the plastic is more flexible. It's gentle and healthier for your teeth and roots, and it needs a handle, And anyways, when you put these on, they're pretty. Yeah, I notice it, but I'm also an orthodontist, but most people don't. And if you're in photos, you can always Photoshop it out. It's not a big deal. It's certainly a heck of a lot less noticeable than braces. It's a lot more efficient. It's a lot healthier for your teeth. So that's why we have attachments, okay? That they're there for a reason. Now, I don't go too into the weeds. There's a lot of courses out there where they just like go crazy into the weeds about swapping out different types of attachments and all, why this attachment, why that, put this one on. I don't. Why? Because I got better things to do. And I really don't have any problems with my Invisalign cases. They track. So if they track, I mean, listen, they have $1 billion R&D budget. So I think their software knows what it's doing. Just don't override their preferences. Don't go put all kind of preferences in your comment section. The people I know that are having issues are the people that are overriding their preferences. Just let their software do its thing. That's really my opinion. And it works fine for me. So I don't know what your problem is. But there's a few times I'll swap out some attachments or I'll add extra attachments. Do I ever remove attachments? Nope. So I don't remove them. So no, the answer is no, I don't think you should be taking off attachments. If they say you need them, you need them. And I'll add extra ones. When do I add extra ones? Well, if there's a blue or a black dot, I hover over the blue or black dot and see what it says. If it says root correction, torque, major tipping, major rotation, extrusion, yeah, then I'm gonna ask for a nice chunky attachment. If I'm doing translation like sequential distalization, yeah, I need an attachment. I'm gonna ask for them if you didn't put one on. I don't know why they didn't. Usually they do, but sometimes they don't. I hate power ridges because they're uncomfortable and I think they're inefficient. So I get attachments instead for torque. So yeah, I add attachments. I don't take them away. So yes, I think all those Invisalign attachments are really necessary. And sometimes you're like, well, this case looks pretty hard. It doesn't have very many. Well, sometimes some attachments are for efficient movement of the teeth, like some of those complicated movements I was talking about. And some of those attachments are because the anatomy of the tooth is so that you need it for retention. Like if they're not bulbous or it doesn't have a big buccal height of contour, you might need attachment for retention. We've all had cases where it's popping out in the back, right? It's not clicking in. Well, that's because you didn't have an attachment there. So that's why all the attachments. So again, I'm going to reiterate, yes, all those Invisalign attachments and probably more are absolutely necessary. I never ever remove attachments unless it was like a crown or a veneer or something and I just really don't want one, but I realized that I probably need one. So, just keep that in mind. All right. Thanks so much.